And now, from the Room 111 studios, it's Hacking Engagement with James Sterneman.
Well, hey there, listener, and welcome back to the Hacking Engagement podcast. And before we plunge into our incredibly provocative topic, I want to give you a little status update on the Hacking Engagement podcast. Started this podcast back in June of 16, and the listenership has really grown. That makes me feel good, man. It was just started out as a hobby. I just wanted to share some of my ideas on how I engage students and hopefully help some colleagues. Well, it's really cool when I click on iTunes and I see a new review. And I just have to read you a couple sentences from a review from a veteran teacher called Dawn Warren that was left on iTunes this week. Here's what she had to say. If you have found yourself a little less motivated to listen to this podcast, need to find a new idea, this podcast will give you a bunch of new engagement activities to make you and your classroom into a new place. I've been teaching for 24 years, and I'm always looking for new ideas, and I've already tried many of the new ideas I've learned from this podcast. Dawn, man, you made my year. Thank you so much for taking the time to write that. This topic, oh, jeez. All right, I consider myself an engaging presenter, but I'm going to tell you something you need to hear. I struggle maintaining these kids' engagement when I have to compete with their smartphones. And so I've become very interested in this concept of student cell phone obsession. But here's one thing that instructors need to be darn careful of. Most of us are pretty attached to our smartphones as well. I know I am. So I got exposed to this app. It's called InTheMoment, which tracks screen time on your phone daily. Now, I did some research and I've seen all kinds of numbers. But one number that keeps coming up is roughly 4 hours. That's roughly how much time the average person spends on their smartphone every day. That seems like an incredible amount of time. So I started using this app, and I have a screenshot of my usage. And there's one day I went well over 4 hours, and that was my birthday. Come on, man. And I was checking Facebook, and people were wishing me happy birthday, and I was saying thank you. So I get some slack for that, but I try to keep it under 3 hours every day, and sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. 3 hours. Come on. It's amazing. Oh, you hear that in the background? It's April. It's late April here in the state of Ohio, and we got a thunderstorm rolling through. So that's what's going on. It's not a battle in the background, and we need the rain. So I'm going to just keep recording. As soon as I became exposed to this app, I became obsessed, not just with my cell phone, but how I could take this app and apply it to my class. Because I'm one of those people that I'm not real big on declaring war on something that I think's a problem. Because I think when you declare war on something, a lot of times you energize your opponent. The war on drugs, the war on whatever, the war on yoga pants. You're sometimes energizing those people you're trying to influence. I'm more in line with expose people to information, have them apply it to their lives, and then hopefully it makes an impact. So here's this thing. I've got this thing, this InTheMoment app, which I'm really excited about, and I want to expose my students to it. We're working through a unit on Buddhism, and I have this great young man come in. His name's Nahom Buckles. Nahom's a good buddy of mine, and Nahom is going to talk to you about his experience using the InTheMoment app and how you got to try this in your class. And hang on to the what you can do tomorrow section, because I have some ideas for people in different subjects other than social studies. Buckle up, man. You're going to love this episode. Hey there, listener. Please check out my book, Hacking Engagement, 50 Tips and Tools to Engage Teachers and Learners Daily. It's available on Amazon as of the late summer of 2016. And also check out hacklearning.org for a cornucopia of teacher empowerment resources. If you enjoy the Hacking Engagement podcast, do us a solid. Subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes. Okay, let's get back to the solutions part of the Hacking Engagement podcast. So here we are at the Room 111 studios on a Friday. I got a good friend here, man. I grabbed him on the way out the door. It's a Friday, and he's anxious. He's got prom tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
But he's going to come in and talk to Sturdivant about something so important.
Yep.
It's cell phone addiction, which we all suffer from. I mean, I'm as bad as anybody else. Sometimes I feel like a total hypocrite talking about this because right when you walked in, I had to check an email or something.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
So here's the deal. This is Nahom Buckles. But I'm not going to call him Nahom Buckles. I'm going to call him by his Sturdivant nickname, which is Epic. He is the original man. And Nahom, we got to have some explanation on that. How in the world did I come up with the original man?
What was it? Because of the
You're not sure?
Well, it was because, like, I'm from where I'm from. And
yeah,
like
talk
that,
about where you're from.
I'm from Africa. I was adopted about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
From Ethiopia specifically.
So wait a minute. So you moved over here when you were about 10?
Yeah, when I was about 10 or 11, close to 11. Yeah.
That'd be a big adjustment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The biggest thing I had to get used to was ice.
Ice.
Ice was the hardest one to get to.
How about clouds?
Clouds? I mean, winter was the hard too, but like it was hot back there.
Yeah.
And I came here in the summertime, so when it got colder, I guess, yeah.
Right. Now, are you going to go back?
Yes, definitely.
When are you going to go back?
I don't know yet. Probably during college or after college.
Won't that be strange to go back?
Yeah. It will be.
I mean, do you have vivid memories?
Yeah, oh yeah. I remember most of the stuff, but like still different than where I'm used to right now. So.
Amen, brother. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
The original man was from East Africa. Hence you are the original man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I love your background. I love your story.
Yeah.
But we're here today to talk about something
different,
yeah. Man. We're here today to talk about this concept of how Velcroed we all are to our cell phones.
Yep.
First of all, I got to give my audience a little heads up on what you're going to be doing 10 years from now.
From 10 years from now, I'm planning on to be a pharmaceutical sales rep.
Oh, you'd be good at that.
Thank you. So right now, I'm going to be going to Columbus State for my first year and then transferring to Otterbein, hopefully.
Well, you have an outstanding, outgoing personality, which is really important for that.
Thank you.
Can you handle hearing the word no?
Right now I can't, but I gotta learn. I'm planning on going on to like internships and stuff to learn how to take a no. So and as an answer,
because that's a big part of sales.
Yeah, that's
you gotta hear the word no.
Too. Golf too. So I gotta learn golf.
Now that's a challenge right there. Can you golf?
I'm not good at it. I like it, but I'm not good at it.
Okay, now I'm gonna ask you something straight up.
Okay.
Very personal question.
All right.
Are you addicted to your cell phone?
I didn't think so, but as it turns out, I'm actually am. So because like as most of my friends do, like they're like big into social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't really get into like not anymore at least like get into Instagram or Twitter.
Right.
There's one app I use and it's WorldStar, and that's to watch videos once in a while watch new videos, but. I thought I wasn't addicted to my phone until last week, actually.
So this activity?
Yeah, until we did this activity, I thought I was fine, so.
And his phone's going off.
Yeah, so hold up.
Well, listen, Nahom, the original man, I had the same experience. I didn't think I was addicted to my cell phone until I started using this ridiculous app.
Yeah.
And just was horrified every day to see that I'd wasted that much of my life looking at my daggone phone.
It was crazy from what I saw. So
what about your friends? Are they the same way?
I mean, my friends are more. I feel like they're addicted to their phone.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to social media. Actually, I have one friend that we make fun of him because whenever he gets on his phone to text or something, he just tunes out the world, and we just start talking crap about him. But he doesn't listen. And then 5 minutes later, he brings that same conversation up.
When you're eating a meal with that kid, is he looking at his phone?
Oh yeah, it's by his side.
Yeah,
it's like where his fork is.
Right, so. like yours is by your side right now.
Yep, exactly.
So in other words, this thing is just invading our lives.
Oh
man.
Yeah, oh, it's crazy.
Okay, so do you think it's a major distraction in the classroom?
Oh yeah, I feel like that, but it's also helpful. But at the
same
time,
right.
It could be very much distraction to people.
Now you think about your friends.
Yeah.
As soon as the class gets a little slow, as soon as there's a lull, man, they're on their phones.
Oh
right?
Yeah, I can say I'm the same way too. So
I'm the same way too. give you guys an activity a lot of times. I'm up here checking my phone. It's ridiculous, man.
Even if you get bored, there's the phone. So.
Okay, so I'm in here to talk about this app.
Okay.
And this app is called InTheMoment.
Yeah.
Just download it on your phone and it tracks screen time.
Yeah.
Average screen time, I've heard all kinds of numbers, but it's roughly between 4 and 5 hours a day, which is a lot. Yeah. Which I have gone over a couple of times. Yeah. Have you?
Over 5 hours?
Yeah.
I've gotten to a couple days for 7 hours. so, yes, I have. So,
did that blow you away?
Yeah, it actually did. I was so shocked, especially during the week. I didn't think I was, because actually from school I go home for like 30 minutes, go to work, get off at 9:30, and come home, and I'm usually doing my homework. And I did not think between those hours and I would be getting 5-6 hours.
So a lot of it's just adding up, just checking, checking.
Just like I would spend I lose lots of sleep too after when I get home too. Like I use it during my homework and playing games on it or something like that. So when you're at home and you're watching a television show. Is your phone in your hand? Yes.
Mine too, man. Sadly, yes. I mean, I'm not proud of that.
Yeah.
Now, on the good side, if I see something in a movie, like I was watching this thing on Einstein the other day, I got curious. I looked something up. I learned something.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's just like, oh, I wonder how tall she is, or I wonder where she was born. Just silly stuff. I mean, I'm not even watching the movie. I'm too busy looking stuff up about the movie.
Too. I mean, that happens, but I wish I could say that was the only reason I get on my phone while I'm watching TV too. But.
So you're a multitasker.
I'm not, but I do it anyway.
I mean, your friends.
Yeah.
Your friends.
Yeah.
Are they constantly on their phone, doing their homework, doing lots of things at once, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, talking to each other, too. Like, there's a phone out always. It's sad, but, yeah, that's the reality.
Well, I'll tell you what. Phones aren't going away, and I love my phone, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I love using my phone. But the reason we did this was the number one, a little self-discovery.
Yeah.
But also, it's part of a larger unit on Buddhism.
Yeah.
What did you learn about Buddhism by this phone app?
What it taught me about Buddhism was... to let go of everything, like that was the
attachments.
The attachments to things. We did an activity about the paper thing we drew on, and we burnt it afterwards. Like if we're attached to our phones, like maybe letting go, like how hard it could be. Like even for me, what I did was after realizing that I grounded myself from after 1 o'clock. I'm not after 1 a.m. in the morning. Right. I'm not allowed to use my phone.
And that's self-imposed.
Yeah, that was all me. But it was hard for me to let go of stuff. And Buddhism is like that, like letting go of everything.
Excellent, man.
And how hard it was for me. I still can't, even if I'm grounded, I grounded myself from my phone. It's hard for me to apply that into my life.
It's so easy to just look something up.
Yeah.
They're curious about it. Now, let me ask you this. Also, part of Buddhism is being in the moment.
Yeah.
Now, when you thought about this and we started using your phone, do you think, okay, I'm talking to Jim Sturtevant. I need to put my phone away. Mm-hmm. I'm talking to my girlfriend. I need to put my phone away. Did that make an impression on you?
Yeah, sometimes it did. I mean, today, for example, I had it on the table, but at the same time, I don't know.
All right. Nahom, you're a great guy.
Thank you.
You have a chance here to talk to teachers all over the place through that microphone. Yeah. Encourage them to use this or to do this activity.
I think this is a great app to use for class, especially for Buddhism, because it will help you see in your I think we did a paper thing we did. Yeah. That helped me understand Buddhism, but not in a personal way.
Right.
Phone is as kids, we're addicted to those, and
personal
seeing that will open our eyes to understanding the reality of Buddhism.
And you could do it in not just history. I mean, you could write an English paper about it. You could do a math assignment on what % of your day is being blown on this phone.
Yeah, so I think, it will help us understand the kids too. It's a great way to teach kids how addicted we are to our phones. So.
Now, I got a very important question for you before we wrap up. Yeah. What color is your tux tomorrow night?
Black and red. A little bit of red. Just
red shirt?
Just the vest is going to be, the vest and the bow tie going to be red.
So white shirt?
Yeah. Well, black.
Black shirt?
Yeah.
Oh,
black
man.
Everything. Because Lacey's going to be all black and red. So
you guys have a wonderful time,
Thank
man.
you.
You're only young once. Now here's something.
Yeah.
If you're there and you're eating with that young lady, who's a wonderful young woman, and you whip out your phone,
not gonna happen. I'll be in trouble. So.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Take care. So here we are at the What You Can Do Tomorrow section, and I promised you that I'd give you some ideas and other subjects. I don't think you're going to have a hard time figuring out an application for this app based on your curriculum. But I just figured out a couple of them right off the top of my head. If you're in math, do a cell phone usage statistical analysis for 1 week, where you track your cell phone usage on some type of visual display. If you're in science class, do a study about how technology has impacted free time. And you can set up this study by having your students track their cell phone usage for 1 week. If you're in health and PE, have them create a graphic which shows sedentary hours for the last week. That would be frightening. And then English. Come on, man. English with journaling and blogging. I'm quite certain that you could find an application for it. And psychology. What a great tool to use in any type of study of social interaction dynamics. Now, here's what I want you to do tomorrow. I want you to download this app and try it for a few days. It's kind of funny. We have a high-tech guy in the building, and I told him about this, and he was really interested in it. I just downloaded it. And he goes, wow, so you're tracking your cell phone usage. He goes, how many minutes do you have already? And I said, 12. And he goes, how long ago did you download it? I said, 12 minutes ago. So it's really eye-opening. Maybe you're a more present person than I am, but I was horrified by how much I use my cell phone. Number 2, create a prompt that's specific for your curriculum. I don't think you're going to have a hard time coming up with that. I could see this app being used in every curriculum. And finally, have your kids track their phone usage for 1 week and begin the day talking about it. Hey, how much did you guys use your cell phone last night? I did that for a week, and kids were into it. And boy, a lot of them were saying, I didn't know I used it that much. That's the self-discovery that I'm aiming for. My experience is when I come out guns blazing on an issue, a lot of times I'm not successful. When I expose kids to information and let them apply it responsibly to their own life, that's when I strike gold, man. Good luck tomorrow engaging your students.
Show notes for this episode can be found at jamesallensturnament.com. If you enjoy Hacking Engagement, please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes.